Afternoon, Counselor.
Well, surprise, surprise.
Not a pleasant one, I'm sure, but I won't stay long.
I never expected that I would see you here.
That's unofficial. Just a courtesy call.
Has something come up?
Thought you'd like to know. I just issued a warrant for the rest of 2 of your clients.
What?
Don't you mean who?
I think we both know who. Let's skip on to why.
Ask Luke Spencer and Robert Scorpio, if you can find them.
I'm gonna go see Holly.
In the garden? That's too dangerous.
Mrs. McTavish said that she has Basil covered.
Look, he's not the only enemy. You could find yourself very dead.
I could find myself dead crossing the street.
You need backup. I'll get the check.
Thank you, Robert. I want to do this alone.
I thought you'd never get here.
Have I ever failed to keep a promise I've made to you, child? No. I'm not going to start now.
Did you see him? How is he? Is he coming?
If you'll hush long enough, I will tell you what you want to know.
What's this? I don't want you two huddling together.
Basil, don't be foolish.
You're coming with me, Holly.
What's going on here?
You stay out of this, please.
I will
Come with me.
Oh, my... Charles!
Help! Somebody get some help! Father! Oh, please.
There you go.
Put your head back.
Here, Father, take one of these.
I had no idea it was that serious. Charles talked.
Father never lets on.
Well, shouldn't he see someone?
I wish I could take him to a doctor.
Well, so do I.
Well, then why
Don't
would...
be so naive. You know that there are special circumstances,
Like his health.
such as what might happen to all of us if Charles is exposed just now.
What on earth is going to happen to him if he doesn't get medical attention?
He'll probably be all right if you and Basil will stop long enough for us to concentrate on our work.
Well, then tell him to leave me alone.
And let you destroy everything that we've worked for?
That won't happen.
Not if I can help it.
Well, you can. By seeing to it that we get our work done as rapidly as possible and get out of here before disaster happens.
It was so much easier if we didn't have certain obstacles in our way.
We need Charles. I certainly hope you'll be all right.
He can't go on like this.
Basil and I will take him upstairs and put him in bed. He'll get a little rest, and then I'm sure he'll be all right.
For how long?
Percy's right, darling. All I need is to rest for a little while.
Father, you need a doctor.
No. It'll wait.
Come on, Basil, let's help Charles upstairs.
Come on, boy.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
You'll be fine.
Good.
There we go.
You're all right.
No. Go out to the cutting garden.
What?
Luke will meet you there. He knows the hidden path.
Oh, but he'll have to be so careful.
You just be getting yourself out there. I'll take care of the rest.
I believe it.
Holly,
Yeah?
I thought you were worried about your father.
Of course I am.
Then come and help him.
Look, just humor me for once, will you? Use your head.
This is the chance I've been waiting for, Robert. A chance to see her, talk to her, and get some answers.
You're going to wind up with a knife in the back or a bullet through the brain.
I'll be careful.
You're thinking with your heart. There's got to be a safer way to get to Holly.
This is the only way I've got right now.
But it's too dangerous. Look, this is just going to make it worse for her, worse for everybody.
It was her idea. If it was going to make it worse for her or if it wasn't safe, I think she would have known it.
Well, maybe she's not thinking too clearly either.
Do you think you're the only person in this city who is thinking clearly?
Well, since you bring it up,
All right, look, I'll take advice from you anytime, pal, believe me. But I don't take orders, and I don't take ultimatums, okay?
boy, they're right. Love really is blind, isn't it?
Robert, I'm working on instinct. Don't confuse me with logic.
What have I told you about instinct? It's for budgerigars and dogs.
Well, that's all I got at this point, man.
Look, let me remind you of a few incidental, logical points here.
All right, what?
The money is there, somewhere. We're here to get it. If they know we're here, they'll simply move it. We'll never get our hands on it.
You have a very fine way with words.
It's being my usual, logical, boring self. Now you may run off and grope your woman in private.
Thank you.
And maybe even slobber some sweet nothings in her ear. But you find out where that cash is.
Got it.
Luke, if you're not out of there within a reasonable time, I'm coming in there to get you.
Okay. Thank you. I feel a lot better knowing you're backing me up.
So I hope you have a whole lot of lovely paperwork to show me.
Look, I did not drop by to argue the case with
Oh,
you.
no, you're calling it a case now.
I just wanted you to be prepared.
What? You got nothing except a whole lot of circumstantial evidence.
Oh, I think I got something.
Since when is it a crime for somebody to leave town?
Depends on who they are.
Well, Luke and Robert have just as much right to go on a trip as anybody else, and they weren't under any indictment.
But they are now.
You're not going to be able to make that stand up in court.
That's not for you to decide.
Kurt, I can't believe this. You're just going around arbitrarily arresting people because they take a trip?
Look, the fact that Spencer and Scorpio skipped town at the same time as the swindlers is proof enough for the DA's office to issue a warrant.
That is not proof, and you know it. And you're talking about my clients.
Look, if you want to help your clients, I'd suggest you advise them to get back to Port Charles immediately and turn themselves in.
Couldn't do that even if I wanted to.
Aiding and abetting counselor. It wouldn't look good on your record.
Don't run that. Watch my mouth. I am not in touch with Luke and Robert.
But if they call, you give them my message?
John, you're making a big mistake.
Then find your clients and prove me wrong.
Hi, you got a minute? You want to take a coffee break?
Rose, hi.
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 What's wrong?
Luke and Robert.
No, they've been hurt.
No, not that I know of. But they're in more trouble than they've ever been in before. Thanks.
Can you do anything to help them?
No, not right now. So look, let's talk about your trip.
It was nice.
Well, come on, tell me about it.
Well, we had a wonderful time.
How come is it you don't sound too terribly convincing?
Probably because I'm not.
Oh, what happened?
It just didn't turn out quite like I had expected.
Well, did Mark come on too strong?
Just the opposite.
I don't think I understand that.
I just realized that Mark is not ready to make any kind of commitment.
And you're sure about that?
Oh, I know all the signs, Joe.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not. Because I wasn't ready either.
Well, I thought that everything was all set between you and Mark.
Yeah, so did I.
Did you have an argument or what?
No, nothing that dramatic, but, well, I still feel very close to him, but I'm just not sure, Joe.
Of you or of him?
Both of us.
Why?
Well, I'm afraid that Mark just hasn't gotten over his late wife.
Well, which is all the more reason why he should be involved right now. I mean, you can't mourn forever.
Yeah, but you know how long it took me to get over Patty.
And you did, didn't you?
Yes, but it took a long time, and I don't think it's been long enough for Mark.
Give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I mean, this is the first extended period of time that you two have ever spent together.
I know that, Joe, but I just think that Katie is so much on his mind that he can't help but compare me to her, and I don't want to compete with the memory I can't.
Okay, you've just mentioned two problems right there. Look, whatever you want, that's your decision. But as whatever has transpired and whoever's transpired in Mark's past, I mean, you are a wonderful, warm, vivacious, gorgeous woman, and your competition for anything, flesh or fantasy.
Don't you think you're slightly biased?
It's the truth. Oh, man, I'd have to be very grateful for you to pick him.
Then I'll pick you.
Yeah. Well, you're stuck with me anyhow, because I'm going to be here whether you like it or not.
I'm not complaining.
Neither am I. You mean an awful lot to me, Rose. Too much for me. To ever risk losing you.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that. At the rate I'm going to be stuck slinging hats downstairs until I'm 80.
And hitting them over the head with a skillet to keep them all away.
Not if I don't get my act together.
Well, then let me help you.
Well, you can help me if you can slow the world down, because, Joe, everything is happening so fast. I don't know how to handle this.
Well, then don't.
Oh, just take off for a month or two?
Well, I wish it were that easy.
Yeah, so do I, but I can't ignore what's happening.
Well, then don't. But don't try and force things either.
Okay, I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, follow your heart. If you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Just ride along.
But, Joe, it's like I'm being swept away.
No, that won't happen. You're too strong for that, Rosie. Look, just trust yourself and go with what you feel.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm supposed to be right. I'm a lawyer. Supposed to know these things. Besides, you can't make as many mistakes in love as I have and not come out of it having learned something.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
is everything okay?
Sure, you look worried.
Well, I got your message from the sports center, and I came right over. Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm having my parents here for dinner, but I wanted to talk to you before I talked to them.
Why?
Well, I wanted to know what to tell them.
Well, I recommend the Irish stew. It's great. Is this my coffee?
Yes? Honey, I want to know what to tell them about us.
Oh, we're doing just fine.
Brian,
Oh, except for a slight head cold that I've got.
are we or are we not getting married?
Of course we are, but,
Okay, then, but no buts. Yes or no?
sure.
Yes or no?
Yes, sooner or later.
You did propose. I accept. You remember that?
Vaguely.
That's the last I heard of it.
Me too.
Well, if we're getting married, let's make it official.
What do you mean?
Well, just the basics. You know, plan the reception, plan the ceremony, send out the invitations.
Well, hey, what's your hurry?
There's a lot to do.
Well, all in good time.
Whose good time, honey? Yours or mine?
Listen, honey, we don't have to rush into this.
We aren't rushing into anything, honey. We've been talking about getting married for years.
Well, not seriously.
Brian, okay, if you don't want to get married, then...
Of course I do.
Well, this is where I came in, but it's beginning to sound
Look,
like it's where I'm going out.
I want to marry you.
Then act like it, dear.
Look, babe, there's nobody else in the world for me.
It's better.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Now you're beginning to get the hang of it.
Besides, I'm getting used to the idea.
If it's all that difficult for you to imagine yourself being married to me...
You're right.
It is all that difficult imagining yourself being married to me?
I can't imagine doing anything else.
Well, honey, why all this hesitation?
Reflexes.
Well, no one's trying to trap you.
Nobody could if I didn't want to be.
Then we are getting married.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, you man, you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I can't wait to tell my parents they can start planning their wedding. Of course, I want the biggest reception in Port Charles.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. I'm a little bit nervous about big weddings.
Well, of course you are, especially when it's your own.
Look, couldn't we just elope?
Honey, no. Not on your life. Now, this is much too important to me and my family. We're not going to throw it away or sneak off in the night like we're ashamed of ourselves.
All right. I'm sorry, you're right.
And we can do it properly.
Whatever you want.
It's your wedding, too, not just what I want. What do you want?
I want you.
Excuse me while I melt.
Well, look, don't melt before your parents get here because I've got to go.
Wait a minute. You aren't going to stay to tell them with me?
No, I leave that one to you.
Oh, you coward.
Mm-hmm. You do want me in one piece for the wedding, don't you?
Oh, for a lot longer than that.
Looks like romance to me.
Close enough.
You two brighten up my day.
Well, we've got good news for you.
I could use some good news. Let me have it.
Tell her, baby.
Well, her parents are coming here for lunch.
That's nice. It's good news. I wouldn't call it great news.
Wait a minute. We've got better news than that.
We're getting married. You're kidding. That's great news. Congratulations.
It's not official. It's not official.
Well, what do you want? Somebody's stamp of approval?
Well, I think we're
Hannah,
gonna
my
need that because, I don't think her parents are gonna be too thrilled with the idea. I think I blew it with them during my birthday party. Good luck.
I did.
I can't believe it's finally going to happen. Oh, come on. You've got a ways to go yet before you qualify for spinsterhood.
Honey, I was beginning to wonder, you know, just to
Yes,
think about
I do. You mean it's so great.
Yes, we're going to set the date as soon as my parents get here.
Hello, Mother, Daddy.
Hello, dear.
I'm so glad you could come,
Hello.
Daddy. Hi.
Oh, it's so glad that you could come, as a matter of fact.
Well, what's the occasion? We don't often get together for lunch these days.
Well, I thought it would be fun to talk. Let me have
Claudia, are you all right?
I'm great, Mother. Do we only get together when something's wrong?
Lately?
Okay, compliments of the house.
Oh, Rose, how nice.
Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you. But what's it for?
Well, I think you should ask your daughter.
Thanks, Rose.
Now, I know we didn't just come here to talk.
Well, I'm hoping that the both of you will be just as thrilled about this as I am.
Well, if it makes you happy, that's all we care for.
Whatever it is.
Brian and I have given this a lot of thought.
Brian?
Let her finish, dear. Brian?
Well, our roller coaster relationship is definitely on an upswing. As a matter of fact, we're on that ride for good.
Claudia, what are you trying to say?
Brian and I are getting married.
Oh, dear.
What?
Surely you're joking. Brian?
Obnoxious lout?
She is joking, isn't she?
That surly thug?
Oh, I'm so glad you came to us in time. Now it's not too late for you to reconsider.
Oh, Mother, I'm not going to reconsider. I love Brian, and I want to marry him. I'm shocked that you don't feel the same way. I thought you liked him.
Past tense. The last time we saw your prospective groom, he was insufferable, rude and arrogant with his father. Now, what makes you think he's going to be any different with you? I'm sorry, Claudia, but if you're asking for my approval, you most certainly do not have it.
Daddy, you aren't giving him a chance.
Come in.
Steve, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have to talk to you. I absolutely have to.
All right, Jessie, what is it?
Everybody in this entire hospital is upset about Dan Rooney's resignation. It's wrong. There must be something you can do to stop it.
Dan's a grown man. He can do whatever he likes.
But you can stop him.
Since when did our administrative affairs include everyone in this hospital?
Since they found out Dan was leaving.
His resignation is between him and me. It doesn't involve anyone else, including you.
You are absolutely
if that's
wrong.
all,
You won't find
Jessie,
enough-
I have work to do.
Okay.
Jessie, please try and forgive him. He's been under an awful lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know he has. I just, wish there was something we could do about this.
Yes, so do I. Steve,
I'm awfully busy, Audrey.
this will only take a minute.
If it's about Dan...
No, it is about you. Now, I do know everything that you've been under recently. Jeff's accident and everything that's been happening here. And it's a wonder that you haven't had a nervous breakdown yourself.
I'm working at it.
But please, don't take out all your frustrations on the staff. They're only trying to help you.
I know, Audrey, I know. And I didn't mean to jump on Jessie. But when she came in here to plead for Dan, well, it was the last thing I really needed.
This split is tearing everyone apart in the hospital.
And we have only one man to thank for it.
You mean not Dan?
Think about it. Once again, our problems stem from one source, Luke Spencer and his shady friends.
I'm worried about Charles. These attacks of his don't seem to be lessening in frequency or intensity.
He's the least of our problems. Where are Holly and Nanny?
They're upstairs with him. Don't worry about them. They're all right.
I don't like those two being alone together.
Well, your concern is admirable, but it's a bit misplaced and quite a bit too late.
I've been concerned about the Sutton side of this family since we started this operation. At least we don't require their services any longer.
We're not through with them yet. Holly comforts her father, and we need Charles well.
Why?
To do his part of laundering the money, of course.
How can you possibly allow him to participate? He's not to be trusted. I have no intention of letting him get anywhere near that money.
It's not your decision, Basil. Try and remember that.
I will not stand by and allow you or anyone else to jeopardize all the work that I've done.
You and everyone else, including Holly and Charles.
How would you know? You're not even there.
Charles has always done his part in the family business, and he will continue to, unless he gives us reason to think otherwise.
He already has.
Well, certainly you can't blame him for the mishaps in Port Charles.
Can't I? Somebody has to take the blame.
Well, you were in charge. Now, if anyone's at fault, it's you. Here they come. Holly, how's your father?
He's resting comfortably.
Good, good. All he needs is to take it easy for a while, and I'm trusting you to see that he does.
I will. I thought I'd go out into the garden and pick some flowers for him. The chrysanthemums are always beautiful at this time of year.
I don't think
That's very thoughtful of you, Holly. I'm sure your father will appreciate it. Do you know, your mother was always very fond of mums.
Then I have permission to go?
Of course. You're not a prisoner here.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.